Ah, man. Hang on. Let's see, let's fix my expression real quick. Let's see, we don't need... Okay. Ah, there we go. Ah! Do you guys recognize this model right here? I hope you do. This is the first model ever. Anyway, so let me check my audio real quick. Okay, the model, the model, the sounds good and stuff. I am happy to be very excited because we are going to be reacting to One Piece 1109. This has been a long week for this chapter. In fact, it is so good that I decided to go back to my original model just so I could do a proper reaction to it. Let's see. I didn't realize I have nothing prepared for it. I don't have anything to cook or anything. And the reason for this is because I believe this is going to be a fantastic chapter. Like, I went spoiler free for this. Like, brief spoiler free. Normally I do like a little bit of spoilers, that way I can make like the clouds appear and stuff. But I did not for this one. So, I just assume that we may have some information on Imu-sama, on the poneglyphs, on the devil fruits, on the 4th century, on the world government, on the girl say, on the will of D. Basically just all kinds of stuff that we do not know nothing about yet. I just wanted to get prepared. I am so excited, so excited. I can't hide it, I can't hide it. Okay, I need to settle down. So, yeah. I have tried to go spoiler free for this because this is going to be a very important manga. This is going to be a very important chapter. I personally think that this is going to be one of the top ones. I really do. So, with all that out of the way, let's go on ahead and get this started with the cover story. And it looks like we're going to have a new cover story with a submerged Onigashima. So we see Onigashima pretty much submerged down into one of the old towns of Wano. And you have like a bunch of fish swimming around. Sorry, I had like taco. I had like a burrito and stuff earlier from a certain taco place where it makes bell like music. In case you get the idea. Anyways, I forgot to mention, the chapter is called Termination. Termination! Anyways, page 1. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, we see Chaka, like when he was alive. On the next day. Okay, so the first page we see pretty much the top of the Labosphere stuff with the punk records and all that stuff. We also see the building that's kind of partially destroyed where the message is being received from. All while this is going on, we start hearing the hang on, I gotta try to, I can't get rid of, there it goes. Anyways, we start seeing like the transponder going on and stuff, where we see a video message. We see Dr. Vegapunk there, and we see Shaka as well. Oh, Shaka, how I missed thee. At least you're finally showing up in the anime. Anyways, the two starts talking as Shaka asks, Stella, is this really right for you to do this? Even if you were to set up this whole broadcast and stuff, it may not even work out. And then we have Vegapunk. Well, pretty much. Okay, Vegapunk. What do you mean, Shaka? Chaka. We are actually counting on. We're counting too much on people who may not even be ready to receive this, or even relay this message for that well. Vegapunk. You know how it is with information. Agencies are going to spread this news all over the world. It's going to be showing up on the next day. As soon as they're going to receive it, they're going to spread this news all over the world. By the next day, of course. Chaka. You really think so, Stella? But what if someone tries to intercept our message? Say like the world government. Let's see. And Vegapunk. I suppose you're right, Quasar. Well, do you have any suggestions? All while this is going on, we see the Navy ships where they're hearing all this broadcasting going on through the transponder snails. And they're like, where is this broadcast coming from? Well, it seems to be coming from our own transponder snails here on the ships. That's weird. We should listen in to see what's going on. Yeah, good idea. Anyways, page 2. Oh, they are cutting the connections. But they can't. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. Oh, please. Please tell me you're not trolling us. After me just saying what I just said, please don't tell me you're gonna troll us, Oda. Please. Okay, so, the communication between Shaka and Vegapunk is going on and stuff. We see everyone starting to react. We see one of the rear admirals, I believe. I think he's a rear admiral because I don't really see him or anything. He's like, "You fools, cut the connection now!" And they're freaking out because they can't do it. And one of the soldiers are like, "Well, we can't, sir. We just can't." Let's see. We also see Luffy, who's kind of paying attention while holding back Saturn and Kizaru. With Saturn thinking, "What are you trying to pull, Vegapunk?" We also cut over to like Usopp, Nami, Chopper, and Edison as they're hearing the broadcast going on. As they're like, "That's Dr. Vegapunk, right? Where is this coming from? And why is he announcing this now?" Now that I got all the action out of the way, I can tell you guys what is going on between the two. First off, Chaka. Well, we could piggy bank off of the Navy's comm traffic. That can allow us to focus on a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at maximum. Oh wait, that's Vegapunk. Okay, hang on, let me re-say that. Why, of course! That would allow us to create a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at max. Okay, I think it's a Chaka. I see. That'll make it possible for anyone with transponder snails to pretty much receive our voice message. But I still think they're going to need a visual transponder snail to be prepared. It's going to be vary from place to place. How about we take the interface for an hour? Vegapunk. An hour? But that's far aren't too long. You're gonna realize what will happen during that time. Let's see. Okay. Page 3. Please don't let this be a troll. Please don't let this be a troll. Okay, so I'm gonna say what's going on in the action and stuff, and what other characters are saying and stuff before I say the broadcast. So we see some Marines firing at one of the giants who is just happy and swinging down his sword. We see one poor Navy just screaming, "Ah, please save me!" as he has a very distressful face. Now, we cut over to Sanchi, who is hearing the message and is trying to wake up Vegapunk, who looks very, very dead at this point. He's saying like, "Hey, Vegapunk, this is your voice, right? Hey, you need to wake up! Don't you die on me, man!" Now then, we've seen Saturn just being very surprised by this. We then cut over to Pangea Castle at Marichwa, where we have people hearing like, "What is this transmission? What is going on? What is the meaning of this? This is disturbing my my tea time." All the while, we also hear one of the voices of the girl saying like, "Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk yet? Do you realize what's going on? Wait. Are they? Okay, before I continue my thought, let me tell you guys what's going on with the broadcasting and stuff. Starting at the beginning with the giants. Let's see. Vegapunk. There are people that's not gonna be patient enough to hear this broadcast if they wait for an hour. Also, there's gonna be some people that's gonna terminate this as well before we even start. Chaka. Fair point. Well, in that case, we'll just set the preparation intervals to, let's say, give or take 10 minutes. Vegapunk, I believe. Very well then. Hang on. Okay. People of the world. Okay. I know I kind of pushed that over the edge with me doing like the preparation thing with like the throat spray and everything, but you get the point. Anyways, page 4. I don't see no communication device. Are they? No way. Oh, Pythagoras. How about some coffee? How about some coffee? Ooh, we see Dressrosa. Oh, please tell me he's not trolling us. I swear, if he's trolling us just for the next chapter, which I think is a 2-week break. Oh. Okay. So, we now see the Gorosei communicating with Saturn. And From what I see, there is no transponder snail or any other communication device. And looking at the previous page with Saturn, he doesn't have anything on him whatsoever. Are they communicating through telepathy? Because if that's the case, that is really OP. Not to mention the fact that it really is like an OP thing, because they are talking to each other what I could assume to be hundreds, if not thousands of miles away from each other. That is really something. Anyways, we hear Saturn's telling the others through a thought. It's like, Admiral Kizaru delivered a killing blow against Vegapunk. I saw it myself. He should be dead at this point. I don't understand why this is happening. We have the other girls talking to each other as they mingle among themselves. He could have set up a dead man switch so that this message would play out if his main body is dead. That seems very likely. And we have no way of knowing what he's going to say here. We now see Marcus... is it Marcus Mars? I believe so. Yeah, it's Marcus Mars. As he says, we have to pinpoint the source of this broadcast. We now see Jupiter Saturn, as he agrees, as he says, the only possible location will be the Labostratum on Egghead, but that darn barrier is protecting it at this moment. Cutting back over, we now see we see back to the monitor and stuff, where it's someone like Vegapunk and the others, and we see Pythagoras, poor Pythagoras, as they're talking. Shaka, what should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes then? Let's see, Vegapunk. Well, we could do some inventing. There's so much to do. Then we see Pythagoras popping up, saying like, well, how about we get some coffee? Coffee! Coffee! Oh goodness, I love that joke. Anyways, interestingly enough, we're cutting over to Dressrosa of the New World. We see the citizens kind of freaking out over the transponder snails and the messages that they're hearing. We see some citizens saying like, wait, you guys hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. If he's trying to tell the entire world something, it has to be some kind of big deal. We didn't see some other people pulling out like a huge transponder snail with a fancy mustachio. As we see one guy yelling out, get that visual for transponder snail out here. We gotta put up a screen. We only got 10 minutes, so hurry up. Now then, page 5. Fuchsia Village! Okay, so the last time we saw Fuchsia Village, it looked like something horrible happened. But I'm so glad it's safe, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, we see Rebecca. Please tell me we're gonna get some information, please. Okay. I love this. I absolutely love this. I'll tell you guys what's going on, but I love this. Oh, what's up? Ooh. Okay, I have now finished up this page. I'm sorry, guys. My heart is just... Okay, it's not racing yet, but I bet you it's going to race in time. Now then, we see Rebecca. We see Karos. We see the other... we see Leo. We see the Heracross Beetle Dwarf. And we see the big gladiator guy, whose names I have forgotten. Anyways, we see Leo asking Rebecca, the wise man Luffy land kidnapped? What's going on over there? But Lucy, who... Oh, she is training. That's what's going on. She's training with Kiros. Okay, that's really nice. Guys, don't tell me you're gonna trust another article about Lucy, especially when it's all bad at this point. We see Kiros looking up at the screen where we see the transponder snail finally pulling up a visual. As he says, we've got the video ready. Wait, is that Vegapunk? Or Vegapunks? Anyways, we also hear through the intercom and stuff, it's like, I could also calculate the probability of interfering happening. Now then, we now cut over to Fuchsia Village. And this is why I'm so glad that they're okay. Because like I said, I thought from the last time we saw them that something bad was going to happen. Kind of looked like a tidal wave or something. But I am so glad that everyone is okay. And this is the part that I love. We have the regular citizens and stuff worrying about Luffy, because we have this one old dude that's holding a transponder snail listening to the audio as he says, what's this all about? Is it just going to be more news that's bad-mouthing Luffy? I love that. They have his back 100%. I love this. Anyways, we have some other people like official transponders now. If only our village had one. What do you think about it, Mayor? And of course, old Woodflap, being who he is, it's like, who's gonna pay for that? Raising it wouldn't have been free, you know. Isn't us having audio good enough? As the other's like, ugh. By the way, sorry for that little click right there and stuff. I was trying to adjust the arm of my chair. You know, I'm just gonna raise it back up. There we go. Anyways, we now cut over to Water 7 of the Grand Line. As we hear someone waking up Iceberg. Wake up! This can't be good. Now then, we see Iceberg waking up as he's like, oh, Alice, prepare to screen the message for me, will ya? We see that Iceberg's got a new secretary. And the way she looks, she kind of looks like a kid. Probably like around 8 to 10 years old. And she's got Iceberg's little mouse on top of her head. As she's writing on her little paper and stuff, and she says, yes, Mr. President. I already got it playing in the room next door over there. Screens for each dog are also going to be prepared. And even though it is nighttime, we are going to be considering this important event to be very, very top important. So because of that, we are going to be summoning... Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot read rough crap. Anyways, because of this, a summons has been issued to notify every citizen to be at the screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else that you want me to worry about, President? I will say, for her young age, she is very professional. Anyways, page... Wait, what page am I on? Let's see. That's page 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I'm on page 5, so... Page 6! Oh, Fifi! Oh man, we are... This is being... never seen Dr. Vegapunk. That's interesting. Oh, if only you knew. If only you knew. Okay. We now cut over to the World Economic Journal as we see it up high above in the skies. Uh, I think we have Morgan freaking out saying like, what is this fee? It's being related throughout Navy frequencies, but it's unencrypted. This is big news! Big news! We didn't see Fifi, who is so worried about everyone being like, where is Luffy and the others? You better tell me. We now have Morgan pointing over to the screen and stuff as he tells everyone who is watching, including Wappo and Fifi, don't be just a diss, you silly girl. Look at the clock over here in the background. That is not the current time at Egghead at this moment. This has to be some kind of pre-recorded message. After all, the Buster Call is going to have that island reduced to a sea of flames by now. Big news! Now, we are now cutting over to the West Blue, North Blue, and South Blue, as we have each citizens looking up and having their reactions. Don't see of anyone of major importance. I think that bearded man might have been familiar as a background character, but anyways, this is what some people are saying in the West Blue. That's Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. I heard that he's a cut above the rest, but with how he looks, this isn't what I expected for him at all. So this is the first time everyone is seeing his Dr. Vegapunk, I believe. We now cut over to the North Blue, where we see the old man saying like, the man who has lit the entire world in science. We now cut over to the South Blue. We have some citizens saying, he's going through all this trouble. I wonder what he's wanting the world to know. It might be some kind of new invention of the century. I don't know. Now then, page 7. Sorry, I was checking out something. Will you go away? Get out of here! It'll take 10 minutes. Okay, we're now back to Egghead. Okay, we are now cutting over to the Kamabaka Kingdom, where the revolutionaries are all seeing the message. We see Dr. Vegapunk as he's like, oh goodness me, it's gonna take exactly 10 minutes to brew this coffee, I better go. As we see Pythagoras is like, wait, I won't get a sip in though, come back. And we hear Shaka in the background being like, I see. The probability of interference within this time frame is going to be, let's see, adding the equation stuff. Going to be very low. We see Ivankov just surprised by this as he's like, now what is that Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, how come he lost his head? We see Koala and the others freaking out as well, with Bartley, Morley, Betty Boo, Karasu, and Sabo just watching as well. Koala is very surprised by this as she says, so that is Dr. Vegapunk that everyone is always talking about. We didn't have Morley being like, oh jeez, he's quite the man to be doing this, especially in the middle of a Buster Call. Yeah, it is Buster Call. Oh my goodness. We did have Dragon remembering what Shaka told him within yesterday. as he says that he thinks he's gonna be dead very soon. Now then, we are now back over at Egghead. We see Luffy with his demented smile as he says, "Looks like my punches ain't gonna do anything to you guys, huh?" We then see Saturn with his eyes rearing up. We see Kizaru also lighting up his eyes as he's shooting eye lasers. Luffy was able to rear back and dodge both Saturn's spider leg and Kizaru firing laser beams from his eyes. However, he still got both of them as he says, "I am not gonna let you two one off. Not until my friends are escaped and are in safety. Gum gum!" As he pretty much reared the two back and throws them way behind them and stuff with his arm still holding them. Now then, page 8. Oh my goodness! That is crazy! Okay, so I thought he was just gonna throw him, but no. He yells out, "Gum gum! Booming dawn! Bam!" As he smashes both Saturn and Kizaru into his hands and stuff, creating a giant shockwave that knocks over buildings. When he lets go of his hands, both Kizaru and Saturn are flattened. I mean, completely flattened, like pizza doughs. And the reason I say this is because he takes them both and holds them in one finger like pizza rolls and starts rotating them around. And while he's rotating them around, making them enlarge, he says, "Since you two keep getting better no matter what I do." Okay, page... I forgot what page we're on. I think we're on page 8. Okay, so this one's gonna be kind of short too. He says, "I'm gonna send you two flying for good!" As he throws the two of them like frisbees. And they are just twisting around and spinning. Over at a port Navy ship, we see one of the guys with a binocular as he's watching this battle happening. He's like, he kind of drew something, and it looks like it's heading our way. Oh shit! As I believe Kizaru crash into the ship and causing a huge explosion. All the while Luffy is laughing his butt off like, "That's so funny." However, Saturn was able to spin himself around and goes back to attack Luffy. Page 9. Okay. He comes back around and he's kind of using the momentum and stuff to spin his body with a spider legs, pretty much making himself like a ninja star at this point, or a shuriken. And Luffy is just shocked, being like, "What?" And he gets angry, being like, "What's it gonna take to keep this guy down? What's it gonna take to beat him?" As he starts huffing and puffing like. All the while this is going on, we see the ship that got pretty much partly annihilated as the soldiers are like, "Kizaru, what has happened to you? Are you okay? Admiral?" Three guys looks over and sees Kizaru, who's just laid out flat on his ass as he's covering his eyes with his right arm, just wheezing at this point. Now then, back over to Luffy and Saturn. We hear the other girl saying like, Saturn, this is no time for this. You cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely. All while this is going on, Luffy was able to dodge all the spider legs as he makes like a zigzag across the air with flames, and he's like, whew, that was a close call. Now then, on to page 10, I believe. What in the fudge? No way. Oh my god. Okay. So, we see Atlas with the Giants and Frankie and them arriving at the ship. As we see the Giants saying like, ah, here it is. This is our ship. Isn't she grand? As we see Bonnie saying like, as she's looking back, she's saying, I hope Vegapunk and the others are doing okay. We didn't see Saturn very pissed off as he says, I shall perform the summoning then. As the other girls are saying, very well then. The ships are now seeing black lightning shooting up from where Saturn is. And everyone is freaking out like, what's that black lightning? What's going on? We didn't see. Oh my goodness. We didn't see Saturn creating 4 summoning magic circles with just black lightning or this black twister just coming up from the magic circles. And we see Luffy being surprised by this. His eyes pop out of his head and he's like, what is going on here? We see Sanji running with Vegapunk as he sees the black smoke and lightning. Black smoke, that's what it was. As he's freaking out by this and having a very scared look on his face, being like, what the hell? It's those black smoke, the same as that spider geezer came out from. The planets are aligning. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Unfortunately, this is the end of the chapter, and there's a break next week. I knew it. I knew he was trolling us. Excuse me for 1 second. Ah! Okay, I'm back. So, let us review the chapter, shall we? Okay. Let's see. We have Vegapunk starting his message and stuff, and it's being bounced off of every transponder cell that the Navy pretty much have. They're trying to stop it, but it doesn't work. We see Luffy still battering against the Gorosei and stuff. We see Nami and them seeing about this along with everyone else. We see that the Gorosei is able to speak to Saturn, which I believe is through telepathy, as they're kind of freaking out by what's going on. While this is going on, we start seeing people from all over the world starting to hear this message. The first being Dressrosa with Rebecca, Kiros and them. Then back over to Fucha Village where we have Woodslap and them. We then see Iceberg back at Water 7 along with his new secretary. We also see Morgan and Phoebe and stuff as they're wondering what's going on, but Morgan's saying like this is a pre-recording. We then see some other random characters. just random citizens. We also get over to the Kamabaka Kingdom where they're all kind of freaking out by Vegapunk and them. And of course, Dragon being like, this is probably the end, Vegapunk. I knew thee well. Now then, we have Luffy continuing his fight as he uses some kind of very cool move where he flattens them up like pizzas and throws them like frisbees. We see that Kizaru is out of the fight, but Saturn is still going strong. And at this point, since Saturn cannot deal with this alone, he has decided to summon the other Goroseis to Egghead, using the same magic circle that he appeared from. So, what does this speculate for us? Well, for one, I should have done better with the clouds, like the Poneglyphs, Emu, D, all that. I also should have known better. I should have known that he wasn't going to release it at this time. I should have known better. Now then, another thing is that the Goroseis are going to be joining this fight. The other ones. And we're going to see their forms. And I cannot wait to see what they look like. Like, we got Saturn with his spider form. I'm excited. I really am. Even though he trolled us big time, I'm still excited to see how this is going to go down. Like, this was a really good chapter. Even though it wasn't as hype as I thought it would be, because, you know. Okay, so here's my thought. I actually thought that, okay, he's not going to reveal everything here, but he is going to give us some tidbit. But I should have seen it coming. I should have seen that he was going to troll us big time. But yeah, excited for the next chapter. Unfortunately, we're going to be on a break. Sad. But it's going to be worth the wait. Because I am hoping that not only do we see a very awesome fight between Luffy and the Gorosei, but I also hope that we're going to hear what Vegapunk is going to tell the world. I don't think everything is going to be revealed. He's going to kind of reveal tidbits and stuff here and there, but not everything is going to be revealed. So, what do you guys think of the chapter? Do you guys... I'm sorry, I'm too excited for this. Do you guys think it's a really good chapter? Do you think that it's okay? Do you think that you're upset because of the troll? Which, I'm perfectly fine. I should have known this was going to happen. But anyways, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, with that, thank you all for coming on this fantastic chapter reaction. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did as we got to almost learn what Vegapunk was going to say to the world. And along with some hidden surprises, like the Gorosei joining the fight. And if you want to see more stuff like this, please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you're able to see my videos and stuff. Also check me out on Twitter, aka X, as that's where I do my announcements and pools. And check me out on Twitch, as that's also where I do my streaming. And with that, I bid this show adieu. So long. See ya. Bye bye. See ya, alligators. Okay, bye. Now then, I shall creep back down to the depths where I came from. Bye bye.